Hello everybody, this is Dr. Novak again. What we're going to talk about today is surface skimmers. And I'm going to tell you which ones are the best. Like this particular 90-gallon you're looking at has a wear, which is a surface skimmer built into it. And we're going to talk about the portable surface skimmers that you can buy. The ones you can add onto your canisters, ones that you can buy that you just plug in. And I'm going to tell you the good parts about them, and I'm going to also tell you the bad parts that nobody likes to tell you because they're trying to sell a product, but I'm not. And I'm going to tell you which ones are the worst, like particular this one. These right here, they have to be the worst that you can buy. Anyhow, we're going to get into that into this video, so stay tuned. Okay, everybody, as I showed you, this surface skimmer goes to a add-on part that goes to your canister filter. And this basically goes inside of a tube, and that tube connects up to your canister filter. It sucks from the top and from the bottom. These are the worst surface skimmers you can possibly even get. I would stay 100% away from them. They're being sold all over the internet. They come in glass, they come in stainless steel. They're the biggest pain in the butt for surface skimmers. The worst part about them is that if a snail gets, let's say, onto the teeth, it will start bouncing up and down, causing water to come into the surface skimmer and filling up your canister with air bubbles. Maybe even make your canister airlocked. If a leaf gets stuck on it, once again, it will bounce up and down. The aquarium, if the water in the aquarium goes up or down and fluctuates, this will go up or down, and because the canister filter doesn't know, this could wind up sucking more air into it, because just the evaporation of water in the aquarium will cause that. So these are the worst. They're going to cause you a problem. Whenever they're going to cause you a problem, it's going to always be when you're away, when you're at work, when you're asleep, 1 o'clock in the morning, you're going to start hearing all kinds of bubble noise. You go there, you maybe see a snail onto it, a little bit, a fish, a leaf, whatever is going to be stuck in and it's just going to be bouncing up and down or sucked all the way down, sucking in air, sucking in water, filling up your canister filter. They're a pain. I would say stay away from these add-on skimmers that you can buy for your canister filters. They need to be re-engineered, and they are designed incorrectly, and nobody has yet to redesign them and make them correctly for the hobbyists so they work correctly. They don't work very good at all. These, I would have to say, are the worst of all the skimmers you can buy. The best skimmer that you can really buy is just buy a tank that has a wear built into it. That would probably be the best of all the skimmers you can buy, because a lot of them have been designed, like I said, the 90-gallon has a wear built in. It's got a lot of teeth, so if a snail gets caught in one of the teeth, a leaf gets caught in one of the teeth, it doesn't make a difference. It just, the water will just raise slightly, and you'll never see it, and it'll just keep working the way it's supposed to be working, and you'll never notice it. Those are probably the best of your surface skimmers. I've used them for years and years, and they are the least of the problematic of any surface skimmer than this one. There's also something other on the market than one of these, or if you bought a tank and it doesn't have a wear built in it, to take the protein off the top. Now that protein that's on the top can either be one or two proteins. It can either be plant protein or it can be fish protein. Usually in our aquariums, 90% of the protein is fish protein. So that's bad. If it's plant protein, it's not as bad, as harmful as any protein from fish or animal or from food. those will be the proteins you really don't want, and you want to break them up. Another simple way of also breaking up protein on top of the aquarium surface is usually air bubbles, usually a pump running on top to keep the surface agitated, so those proteins will get mixed in the water, and then your canister filter or your hang on the back filter can take those proteins out. But for a lot of people, those options aren't there, so they're going to buy a surface skimmer of some sort, and this is an add-on. It goes to a canister filter, and these I've always had the worst problems with. The worst, number one. Now this is another brand that is out there. I just seen this not long ago, and if this is made by a manufacturer called, if you would say this in English, it'd be Oase, but in German it would be a Oase. Oase. That would be the German. But since we're in America, we don't say, we don't pronounce German words the way the Germans would, like Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW, Audi. We don't say those words the way the Germans do. So in English, it would be Oase. In German, it would be Oase. Okay, but if you say Oase in English, that's fine, because that's exactly how we would read this in English, and that's just the way it is. We don't say Cuba, we say Cuba. That's the way it's spelled. That's the way we in the United States in English say Cuba. So it's the same way with this. This is Oase, or some people I notice on the YouTube channels will call it Oase, and that'd be the German way of saying it. But we don't say things the way the Germans do, so we would say it the English way, which is Oase. That would be the correct way of saying it in English. Anyhow, these Oase products are German made. This is a surface skimmer. The weird thing about it comes with a 3-year guarantee. The weird thing about the surface skimmer is it's German, but it's made in Italy. Okay. So this is compatible with the surface skimmer that I showed you from Eheim, but it's a different option than the Eheim one. Now, I've been using the Eheim one, and I really can't say there's too much of a problem with it. However, it does have its downfalls, and it does have its problems, much like that of all surface skimmers. Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Okay, because it's not affecting a canister and preventing the canister from running correctly. Okay, it's not doing that. This, on the other hand, is made much like the Eheim. And it comes in a small box. They give you the skimmer. It goes together. It's pretty much the way the Eheim is. They also come with a pair of tweezers here, I guess, to pick up stuff that's caught in here. They're plastic. But basically, just by the looks of it and unboxing it, it looks like it's a well-made German skimmer, like the Eheim is. The difference is they have some little pieces. Now, the Eheim also has a sponge in it that you can take out. It's just for leaves or anything that gets in there. But it works the same way. It's got the same kind of slots, 4 slots in it, just like the Eheim. And if you want it to work basically like the Eheim, it's set up so it will float, surface skim, and come down. So it gives you about, I would say at least an inch and a half of room of floating up and down. Basically, it's like the Eheim. Instead of those squirting out in the aquarium, it squirts downward and out. So it gives you a 360-degree output instead of just like the Eheim, just squirts out into the aquarium. Some people may not want that. They may not want to have that water movement. So this will bring the water 360 degrees out, something a little different than the Eheim. If you're looking for water movement, they also give you this. Now this is a good idea because this sits on top of here. This is a screen, and what this prevents is, well, from what you can see here is this prevents snails from getting in or something blocking this up. And that's the big thing with the Eheim or baby fish. Well, baby fish could still get in here. It's not that fine, but it will keep a little bit larger fish out of here with this, what you see here. So that's a pretty nice idea because a lot of people will take these surface skimmers like this and they'll try to modify them with a screen or something to try to prevent fish from going in. This one already comes with it. So you really don't have to worry about that part of it. It comes with instructions how to work it, but it's very simple. It just floats up above, and this will keep large debris from going into the skimmer or fish or snails, in fact, so it doesn't clog it up. Something that's quite nice. Another little thing for this skimmer is it slides on and off. So if you need to do maintenance, it comes with suction cups, but they all come with suction cups. That's not a bad thing. It depends on how good the rubber is to suction cups, because suction cups can last a year or more. Cheaper ones are going to get hard. They won't last, but I'll see how long these last before I may have to modify it. Then when you want to put it back on, it slips into a slide away. So basically that's what you're supposed to do. Just slide it up and pull it off and slide it down. I can see right now, as you can probably see, the electrical cord is something that will get in the way. It also has a spot for the electrical cord to hide behind this plastic piece. But basically, instead of pulling it off, you would slide it up and pull it out. Where the fault is the electrical cord. See this? You see that? I can't bring this down very good. By the time you try to get it down, you're going to be pulling this whole thing off the aquarium back. There's right there's a little flaw. Now it's easy to do without the electrical cord in the way. Once again, didn't the German engineer see that? This electrical cord should have been placed differently. Anyway, yeah, so if you try to pull it off with the electrical cord, you see, now no one's ever said it. I've watched videos on it. No one's ever said how the electrical cord gets in the way of taking this on and off like you're supposed to. By the time you get it this far, you got to rip the whole thing off the aquarium with the suction cups, unless you put the electric cord on the other side. So, without making a big long video, this comes out. This comes out. Now turning this is going to determine your flow rate. Okay, there's a plus or minus. Okay, it shows it on top here. There's a plus and minus. But when you turn this, it's either going to go slower or faster. Usually I just have mine on full blast. Little sponge here goes inside here. This goes here, and this goes here. So right off the bat, I find that it looks like a nice little skimmer. But right off the bat, I could see that if you use the cord to put the cord behind, okay, you can't move this to slide it off. Now, I've never seen that on any other video, but I'm letting you know that's a downfall, that you'd probably have to put the cord on this side. Okay, so here's the skimmer running. I hooked it up. As you can see, it's running. It's got the little screen in the center. The only difference between this and the Eheim is that that has a screen that can be removed, and this goes right back on. Very easy to work. That's simple. This rotates. So this will try to keep, little fish out and stuff like that. And there is also another thing that I don't know why you would want to use it, but I'm going to show you. This plastic piece here, you can remove it. Okay, you can remove it, the plastic piece, and you could use that. Now, why would be the purpose of that? I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, you can put the screen back on. Now it's acting like a canister filter. It's not really floating. I don't know. Why would you use it like that? I'm not 100% sure, but I think I would use it only as a skimmer. Leave that plastic piece, the clear plastic piece on it. There. And now it's working as a skimmer. So anyhow, it works. It does the job it's supposed to do. Okay, and one thing I'll have to add, if I had a choice between like this skimmer and the Eheim, I would probably buy the Oase skimmer. It just seems to be a little more versatile. It doesn't squirt the water out in the tank in the same way. It's 360 degrees, so if you don't want to blow your fish around, definitely it's a plus. As you can see, it works fine. I like the screen, so if I had to choose, I would definitely choose this skimmer versus the Eheim, though they're both nice skimmers. I'm going to end this with, do your homework when you're trying to find a price on this. If you go on Amazon, it's going to be like $50. You have to search around. I paid about $30 on this skimmer, which is a lot better than paying $50 like they were asking on Amazon for the same exact skimmer. And so, like I said, do your homework when you are looking. If you want to buy a skimmer like this, I would suggest it over the Eheim only because it's more versatile, is the way I look at it. Some of the things it does are useless. I'd never use it. But just as a skimmer, it looks like it's good. It's got the screen, so you don't have to build a screen or modify your already existing skimmer. It's very quiet. It doesn't make any noise, so it's not going to wake you up at night. Like one thing you can do is put it on an on-off switch or a timer, so at night, if it's in a bedroom, you can turn it off. You don't need to run the skimmer 24/7. Another thing that people do not know is that skimmers will oxygenate the water and also release CO2 from the aquarium. Because of the mixture of water being mixed with air, it will oxygenate your aquarium without using an air stone. So there's a little plus there. But anyhow, that's all for this review. Far as skimmers go, it uses 4 watts, same as the Eheim uses. I think the Eheim is 300 liters an hour. This one's, I think, 80 gallons an hour is how it's listed. You don't need a lot of speed with these skimmers anyhow. And within a matter of minutes, they will clear the top of your tank. It's amazing to see how fast they clear the top of the aquarium within just a minute, few minutes. So you don't really need to run them 24/7 if you don't want. At nighttime, you could be on a timer, like I said. They could shut off. During the day, they can run. So if you do have it in a bedroom, you don't want to listen to any of the noise. Where the other skimmers that I showed you, like the one that connects to your canister, there's really no way of stopping that. I guess you could pull the float out, but then you're going to have a big hole that snails and debris can get sucked up in there, and then you're asking for open up a can of hurt if you do that. So the ones that connect to the canister, they're the worst. Aware is the best, and I would have to say the Oase or the Eheim or the really decent skimmers if you're really looking for one. And in my opinion, I would say the Oase is the better of the two. They seem to have corrected some of the problems that the Eheim had with snails or pieces of leaf getting stuck in there or little bitty fish getting sucked up. They seem to have solved that problem. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll let you know. I'll be using it for quite a while, then I can let you know how it is. I don't expect anything bad to happen with it, okay? So until next time, I hope you're a subscriber. If you're not, please subscribe to my channel so I can give you more content like this. And happy fish keeping.